originally going to do this, but after this Gibraltar game and how butt-clenchingly close it was, I thought I'd do an analysis of just how it went so we can kind of categorize this and figure out, like, why it went the way that it did. And watching it for the first time, it is so interesting how this ends up working out. So if you remember this game, this is the game where they have the really good Echo, as well as like other heroes. All their heroes were really good. And they kept rolling us at this door. And we play like up until overtime, and we eventually push over there to that point. Then we push all the way up until overtime again, and then we almost win the match in terms of quick play. We almost get it to the end, but we're very close each time. And as I go through this, I'm not going to focus on individual mechanics and playstyle because we have 6 people. It'd take too long to nitpick, everybody's decisions. I'm going to talk about the macro strategies that we use as a team together, and the very important decisions that we make together that turn the fight around and really get us close to winning. So this is very interesting. And also just small plays that individuals make that change the course of the fight. So with that being said, here we go. So the first fight, it comes down to the way this Echo plays. So one big thing that I'm noticing as I do a lot of these reviews is the first fight matters a lot more than just the first fight. So if you steamroll somebody the first fight, there's a good chance that you can either snowball them or you can build up ults that can snowball them. And by the first snowball, I mean like stagger kill them or something like that. We're going to watch this Echo. Maybe some inspiration for anyone who likes to play Echo. Maybe Kevin. I don't think she misses a single sticky bomb until she gets her ult, which is pretty crazy. So we were doing okay. We were running this weird dive strat that was kind of conjumbled. We just hoped that we would be able to shot call, but it didn't work out as well as we thought, and we end up switching later. She's at 84 now. I think this is within 40 seconds or so. She gets her ult. So yeah, we were doing all right, but then eventually completely got shut down by that Echo. So what ends up happening is, now if I pause it here, ults are actually kind of quite even, but they kind of have this better defender's advantage now. They've kind of got some momentum mentally, and then they're blocking a better position, in my opinion. I always thought that holding on ground is a better position for Gibraltar rather than up top, and they're able to carry this all the way almost until overtime, just using different ult combos and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and skip towards when things actually start to happen for us. Yeah, it's several fights, let me tell you. Okay, so we're literally at 20 seconds left. We get steamrolled a bunch of times, and it comes down to nothing crazy about this. We start using ults. We're in red, by the way. Big ult by Danny into the Gravitic Flux. And that's pretty well good enough to clean them up. So, overtime starts. So, we've expended all of our time. Now, it's really important, as soon as we kind of clean up, we're down in time for sure. But all the decisions we make from this point on is just crazy. So, we're going to push this all the way up to the corner. And this Sigma is staggered a little bit, and he's trying to back out. Gets the health pack. Okay. They have, in blue-ish on the left, they have a better ult advantage. We just have duplicate, and Duplicate can sometimes win fights, but it's not reliable. They're going to have Trance, they're going to have Molten Core, and things like that. This stagger kill is what gets us the point. Otherwise, the game would have been over. So we get this kill. They keep pouring in, and I'll put on spectate overlay. We get 2 kills, and now it's 6v4, and we keep that snowball rolling. And that's what prevents the game from ending right there, is that aggressive, seeing that Sigma was out of position and going in on it. And I'm going to keep this rolling because something very important happens afterwards. So yeah, it takes a while, but ultimately 6v1s don't last that long. Alright, so at this point, we've just capped the point. We got some more time on the clock and some room to breathe, but they're down 2 heroes and we have all 6. So it's a 4v6 at this point. And most people, when they play Payload, they don't see this. They don't understand that when you cap the point, there's a good chance that people get back spawned. And this is an opportunity. So we do end up taking advantage of this opportunity thanks to DPS plays. I think it was Rob who is able to challenge them on the high ground here. So we go up. We get 2 kills. Now it's, once again, a 4v6. So we could have been pushing further right now because we have the advantage here. Still a little bit in the category of, snowballing. We get another kill. It's still snowballs. So now it's starting to get a little bit more even. They're using ults. They're kind of recontesting here with more people, and this is when we slow down. So I believe at this point we almost get there, but then they're able to, they drop some ults and they shut us down. So this is when it's over for us. That push at least. 153 on the time bank. I would like to point out that we snowballed them from here all the way up here. That's basically 2 sections of the game, 2/3 of the map. So snowballing should not be underestimated. Now, I'm pretty sure the next few fights we get ult stomped. They're very good. And we don't end up being able to win this until overtime again. So this is a very... Here, I'll go to, here. Now, not to float my own boat, but this was a call-out of mine that ended up working out. So we're fighting here. Doing pretty good. They get a high nude. Scariest moment of my life. So it looks like we're going to win, and we're just got this momentum, and we're kind of going into autopilot at this point. Eventually, they just burst down and kill a lot of us. At this point, I call for a small back. We have 20 seconds. Now, I want to point out, a lot of people, when I try and call for a small back, they're like, we don't have enough time. I just want to point out that 20 seconds works out for us fine. So we have 3 people in. They have 6 people, roughly. I call for a small back. We're trying to get out. Me and Daniel get out. Kevin, unfortunately, does not. Ten seconds on the clock. Now, this comes down to, ability usage and just perfection. So we're all here. 5 seconds left. We speed amp. Now, Rob tries to punch. Danny tries to charge. The only person who actually touches is Olivia. Congratulations, you win the prize by clicking that overtime. And speeding this up a little bit, it just works out eventually. We just win the fight. Because we have our 5v6 or whatever. So that was very good. it just goes to show you that that small back is what won it. Like, we wouldn't have been able to win it just by fighting. So that's another important decision that we made. We eventually push up here. And similar things happen. I think they were a better team than us, and they were better mechanically. I'm just speeding up right now. Oops. So here is an important part. Yeah, right there. Once again, 30 seconds on the clock. We're pushing in. They use Junkrat ult, or they use Echo Junkrat. And they get 2 picks, and we get 1 pick. It's kind of in the middle here, but we call for a small back again. You guys do so very, very cleanly, except maybe Rob. You're making me nervous. All right, we wait for everyone. And now we push in. Once again, a very clean reset. Very good. And we do all right. I don't think we end up getting it, as you remember. But, like, we pushed a lot further than we would have. So, in conclusion, the big things are understanding, like, the game mode and how back spawns and snowballing with stagger kills really works, because we were able to use it to great success on them to get 2/3 of the map completed, and we were able to defensively avoid it on their part in order for us to like buy us like more time in the time bank, like by getting those checkpoints. We did it like 2 or 3 times. We did like a really good group up. Another big point is big plays in the beginning of the game can snowball later, especially if you're not paying attention to like things like stagger kills and stuff like that. Ults are big. The only times that they actually shut us down are with some sort of ults, and the only times we actually shut them down are with some sort of ults. So it's regroup and then ult when we're in a 6v6. So that's my analysis of the game. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if I messed up or didn't notice something that somebody did, sorry about that, let me know. Thanks and have a good day.